What's up? I'm DJ Hazmat.
Woo, and I'm Matty Wills.
And welcome to Matt and Matt Live Halftime, brought to you by Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack Daniels has always made whiskey, and if they have it their way, they always will. But there's one thing Jack can't make more of, and that is moments.
Those are on us to create, so let's make sure we're making the most of every moment we have. Make it count. Jack Daniels, please drink responsibly.
Yeah, Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Jack Daniels and Old Number 7 are registered. Now here's a word from our sponsor.
I've always wanted to do that.
I've always wanted to do that.
We'll have one of everything. I always wanted to do this.
I always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
Right now, a double.
Yeah, man. Pretty much worst case scenario for the Browns on all fronts. Browns down 13-3 at halftime in New York, a stadium that they just won in last week. But, of course, Matt Live is checking in, and we appreciate all of your comments. We'll read off as many of them as we can. PJ already checking in. It ain't over. # Go Browns. I got to agree with PJ. It's been ugly so far, but it ain't over, bro.
I never said it was over. I mean, we do have a whole second half to play, but I don't. You please fill me in. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't lie to the people. I fell asleep in the first quarter. We were up 3-0. I woke up. It was 13-3. I don't even know what happened. I don't know how the Jets scored. I know nothing other than I still see that I didn't miss much. You know what I'm saying?
Good. All right. Well, pretty much what's happened is the Browns have done a whole lot of nothing. We came out passing 3 straight passes on the first possession, 3 and out. And of course, we all know, I mean, we got to set the stage, but everybody that's watching already knows the situation. COVID has struck, COVID and COVID tracing has struck the Browns. Before the game started, the Browns are down 4 wide receivers and 2 other players on the defensive side of the ball. Linebackers. And before the game started, I said, hey, if there's one team that I wouldn't mind, I mean, obviously you would mind not having all of those players against anybody, but if there's one team that you wouldn't mind so much, it would be against the New York Jets, albeit the Jets just won last week against, the Los Angeles Rams, who are hopeful of getting to the Super Bowl. So I guaranteed a win for the Browns last week. I clearly didn't know we would be -6 players going into today. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what's happened.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Antoine Stills asking me if I took an old man nap. I must have. Well, we actually kicked it in my household last night. You know what I'm saying? We punished a few bottles in this house last night. And I'm sure. Yes, of course. Right. But anyway, what is Corey Brooks asking? Now that OBJ is not the whole issue, is Baker Mayfield better with no receivers on the field? I don't really understand the question. You can't be better when all your receivers are out and no one he doesn't. It's like he doesn't trust throwing the ball to anyone but the tight ends today. I don't even. Has any one of those practice squad players even had a catch?
There's one guy. Yeah, he threw the ball to one wide receiver. There is one wide receiver catch, I believe. I'll double check that. But I mean, we came into this game without really having much of a choice, and of course, we want y'all to follow along with us as we get to these features. The good, bad, the ugly. We'll talk about the standout performer of half number 1, and we'll give you our keys to the second half. We know half times are limited, so I go in with the good. I say so far is probably the only player that appears to be playing for the Browns, and that's Olivier Vernon, man. He's getting in there a little bit. He does have a sack. He has 2 hits on the quarterback, but it really, I mean, outside of that, if you want to ask me what the bad is, you could say the O-line, but you could say a whole lot. Baker Mayfield has literally no time to throw the ball against the New York Jets. Okay, this shouldn't be a problem against the New York Jets, but and I'd say the ugly is pretty much everything else. The Browns look terrible in this game, and I know. Well, go ahead.
I'll say the good is that there's a second half to play. You know what I'm saying? The bad, obviously, was us losing all of our starting receivers and their backups, and not to mention you mentioning the Baker not having time to play. We're playing with a backup left tackle. Our starting left tackle is out. He gave up a sack. we're down to last week we got down to our third string right guard. So yes, this has had the worst timing. The ugly is just the fact that we're losing to the Jets, period.
Yeah.
And that challenge that Stefanski had, I think it should have been a fumble. That at least would have gave us a spark.
Yeah,
that was not
not
a forward pass. He lost the ball. He lost control of the ball before his arms started going forward. I hate that tuck rule now. I just hate it, unless it happens to our quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that was an unfortunate thing, but I did think that it was foreshadowed by the fact that the announcer was saying the ref, once you blow the whistle and end the play, then they're not hardly ever going to overturn that and give up the fumble, man.
They took forever to blow the whistle. It's like they didn't decide was that a pass?
Right as soon as we was about to walk it into the end zone is when they decided to blow the play dead.
Like, wait. It was an incomplete pass. Yeah, right. PJ agrees with me. Definitely should have been. That's right. That should have been a fumble, but it's nothing that's going our way. And just look at the whole playoff picture as a whole. Everything we needed to happen to help us get in did not happen. Miami were miraculously pulled out of game by 1 point yesterday.
And the Raiders are trash.
We needed them to lose.
Overpaid.
We needed the Ravens to lose. They're obviously handling the New York Giants, and we needed the Indianapolis Colts to lose, who are handling the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the one plus on that side is if we could possibly win this game, we will play for the division next week, and it's going to be division or bust for us. Yeah. It's going to be division or bust.
If all of those same teams win again next week, and Miami, I know, plays Buffalo, and Buffalo might not be playing for much. They might not have all their starters out there for full quarter, so it's a lot to go down today, even and before we even get to next week. But I got to say that my standout performer of half number one is nobody. I mean, there's nobody playing well.
I thought you said Olivier Vernon was playing well.
I had to find a player to give the good to and the good, bad, and ugly, but I'm not going to call him a standout performer. You're losing. You're down 10 to the New York Jets, and it's ugly on all fronts. And Baker is trying, but he's pressing. And I don't know how much we can blame on Baker not having any wide receivers. I mean, you're playing. I just think Baker, you're in the game at all this season. One guy has to play 3 downs.
Baker, you're gonna have to throw to the guys that are out there, man. I'm sorry, this is it. It is what it is, but you're gonna have to throw to them. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if he doesn't trust them or what, but you're gonna have to. There's nothing else we can do. If we want to keep our playoff hopes alive, we got to get this game, man. If we lose this game, it's pretty much.
We got to check in from San Antonio. Michael Gibson says, "Hi, I'm from San Antonio, fellas. The game is making me ill. I have a horrible feeling they lose today and next weekend may miss the playoffs."
Oh, stop it, man! Stop putting that stuff out in the air, man.
Unfortunately, man,
I have a standout player of the first half.
Go ahead, give it to us.
I'm going to give it to. I hope I pronounce his name right. The punt returner, the Jerry is whatever is Johnson.
Oh yeah, he set us up on the first drive.
He's had some good punt returns there, so he's been giving us good field position, and that's all you can ask. So standout player of the game goes to Dearness Johnson, the punt returner.
Yeah,
thank you,
man. The one wide receiver with a catch, Jamarcus Bradley, 1 catch, 6 yards, short of a first down on 3rd down. But we appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. And before halftime starts back, they haven't started yet, but before they do, make sure y'all join us for post game for this miraculous comeback that the Browns are.
Don't be afraid to come back.
You already know.
Regardless of the result of the game, we will be back after the game and talk about it. And hopefully it'll be a tale of 2 halves, you know, like that old Charles Dickens story, A Tale of Two Cities. It'll be a tale of 2 halves. We played bad in the first half, and we'll play excellent in the second half and go on ahead and beat this 1-win team. How they gonna wake up and decide to be good last week and now?
I don't know, man. I think Jarvis Landry not playing in this game more than anybody else is the biggest factor, in my opinion. I mean, he's a guy that you can rely on to catch the ball and be deep enough to get a first down on 3rd downs. Just little nuanced things like that he brings to this team. and we don't have it, and you can tell. And the Jets are just sitting on the wide receivers, and they're sitting on the run. Listen, I know you were slumbering, but this is the worst rushing attack the Browns have had all season. Nick Chubb, 8 carries, 6 yards. Kareem Hunt, 1 carry, -2 yards for a net 9 carries for a total of 4 yards against the New York Jets, who I'll remind you ranked like 26, 27 somewhere in the league in defense, period. They're not known for stopping.
Hey man, stop it, man.
Yeah, man,
You gotta laugh to keep them crying. And yes, Jarvis Landry being out is a factor in a couple ways. It's hurting our team and it's hurting my fantasy team. I had to put him on the bench.
There you go. 16
and Kareem Hunt. I'm in the championship, and this happened. I left Gronkowski on the bench. He went off finally. After the whole season, I left Thielen on the bench. He finally had a good game. I'm like, oh, Lord. The only person doing good on my team is the kicker.
I'm in the championship game, too, and I'm about to win that, boy. I'm projected by like 20, and I'm up 15 right now.
I'm
done.
I
can't wait to rake up those earnings. Michael Gibson says, exactly, Baker has to play the hand dealt. No running backs in backfield for second half. Go with 5 receivers. That is only way for Chubb to get going. Go Browns. I mean, I guess if you're saying spread them out and then still hand the ball off so they can't crowd the middle, I'm with that. I'm not mad at that at all because we're kind of forecasting every time we are about to run it. Everybody in the world knows when we're about to run it. So I agree with you right there, Mike.
It's rough, though, to find out that your starting receivers are out and have to completely change your game plan. I heard they were doing walkthroughs in the parking lot at 8 o'clock this morning before the game, trying to get ready. This is the worst possible timing for this to happen to this team. Are we snake bitten?
I don't know, but I will say that we're only down 10. We're only down 10. The Jets get the ball to start the second half, but it's not
going to score for us.
Bro, I don't know, but we're only down 10. That's not an insurmountable lead. And it's not like the Jets have been going up and down the field. So I think that we can have a good third quarter and get back into this game. But don't forget, make sure y'all join us for the post game.
Hazmat doing his thing.
As soon as the game is over, we'll be right back for post game. I see the guys are the commentators are getting ready for the second half. So what do you got for your second half? The keys to the second half has
the key to the second half is going to be Kevin Stefanski, who finally is been considered for coach of the year. You're going to have to pull a rabbit out of your hat on this one, sir. You're going to have to call a hell of a second half. You're going to have to dial in on that playbook and figure out what we can do well today against this team, because he hasn't figured it out yet, and you're going to need to do it, and you're going to need to do it fast because the Jets get the ball first and second half. Actually, the game is on.
Yeah, they're kicking off. I'll say figure out how to run the ball, man. We're third best rushing team in the NFL. I don't care what the Jets are doing.
The Jets are 6th in the league against the run.
Okay,
so you have to, even though they've won in 15, they actually play well against the run, which doesn't bode well for us when we have no receivers. So Kevin Stefanski, what you gonna do, bruh? You're gonna have to get it together.
Yeah, we'll see. Make sure y'all come kick it with us as soon as the game is over. Browns down 13-3, second half starting right now. Got to get that timing down. Come on, man. Get us out of here.
All right. Well, we'll see you post game. I am DJ Hazmat.
Yeah, and I'm Matty Wills.
See you at post game for Mad Live.